Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Like, what happened yesterday? Nobody joined.
Sir, yesterday we were there.
Okay, like I don't know. Like I was waiting for 20 minutes. Like nobody was there. Like nobody joined. Something happened. I don't know. Okay, okay, not sure. So like I was waiting for 20 minutes. So then nobody there was there. Then I like closed the meeting. Okay, anyways, let it be. So okay. So we have Maya. So let's start with that. And if you have any doubts, any questions, anything regarding, because we have to start our this thing UV now. So I'll show you something, a few tricks. I'll go a bit slow so that you understand because Maya UVs are super powerful and it like you can come like unwrap things really quickly and very efficiently with very good quality UV and plus the layouting, automatic layouting of Maya is amazing. But thing is, there are like few options, those control shift and unwrap, unfold, and smooth. Everything those options are there. I'll explain those things so because if you once you like understand this, it will become so easy for you and like you you will like start loving Maya because of UV only, and you start doing all your UV in Maya only. It is very fast, very efficient. Like Max also have like lots of very good options which Maya lacks. Like felt, it's not there in Maya, so you cannot like those define point to point things. Those things are not there in Maya. But Max have its own pros. Maya have its own pros. So those things are there. So let's open. Let's see. Continue. The lighting, so like I was like just to like people understand showcasing. Like, this is so like very simple. You can see it's straightforward. And if you have any doubts regarding lighting, also you can ask me. I'll explain those things and create something nice. Okay, so this is press one. I'll press one, and if you fix this, right? So right, so suppose like okay, there are like few tricks. Like you can see in this model, this angle is specific and it's a hard edge, right? You can see very clearly. So how to fix this? Like you have this hard edge. Similarly here, you have all these hard edges, and you don't want this kind of specific feel. You want to have something very smooth, clean looking, like something like this surface. So how to do it? First things first, select the model, shift, right click on the model, soften harden edges and soft edges. It will soft all the edges. But in this particular model, all the edges are this, but especially this border is not very nice. It's like kind of very edgy, angular. So suppose I want to average out this thing with this and these two edges. So there is a very good tool in Maya. You can do it very quickly. Shift, right click, edge flow, edit edge flow. Click on this. It will average out this thing. It simply like wherever you have this kind of one single point, it won't modify that point. Apart from that, it will modify everything. So you can select this thing. So you see most of things are corrected. You can just push this thing manually. Like instead of like manually fixing everything, you can just simply fix these 4 points. So it saves a tons of time and it like make you efficient. And now you can see slice angle. I don't want this edge. If it's inside, similarly check this also. Okay, Gloria is joining. Like this also, if I would to move something, you can see this. Very nice. So like this, I can modify this thing. Now you can see it's a smooth, evened out this base. So I can create even out the base very easily with the help of edge flow. And edge flow is something, it helps you in modeling as well. Like suppose here you can see this area is bit dense, this area is less dense, right? And there is a slight twist in the model, and slight there's a slight dent. So those things we can fix very easily. Double click to click the entire loop, shift, right click, edge flow. We'll fix that very easily. Double click, then press G, repeat, G, repeat last command, repeat last command. Will average out the edges, and it makes you make the thing very clean and smooth. Like similarly here also you can see it's a very angular shape. Double click, G, smooth out, make a nice curved shape. So like this we can modify, and then shift, like you can just simply select object mode, soften, soft edges. So it becomes soft, right? That hard facetted angles are all gone. Okay, now we have this, and suppose we want to, okay, should I create UV first? Let's create UV first. Alpha plane, like leaves, I'll create separated and show that also how to do it. Or I can create some rocks also. Okay, so I have
Sir,
this,
how
and
to turn on axis constraint, like edge constraint, face constraint, those things.
turn on, like consider as in like you want to select only edges or only vertices or only faces. That's what, right?
No, no, like if I want to move a particular vertex along its, in the max it is there, right? Like constraint along its edge, constraint along its face. Like if you press Shift X, it will constrain along its edge or face, right? In 3ds Max.
Yes, in 3ds Max. Here you
Yes.
have slide option. Where is my slide? Slide. Edge to movie to previous to vertex. There is a slide option. Chamfer average vertex, merge paint, connect. The vertex normal. Okay. Slide is slide. Oh, it has a slide or tool option, but it's only available in edge mode. If you click this and if you middle mouse button, it won't change the surface. It will slide on that, like whatever volume is there, based on the volume, it will move. So Maya don't, I guess, yes, this is yeah, that's why I don't remember. Maya don't have this thing, edge constraint and all. Like, sorry, edge constraint is there, vertex or piece constraint is not there. There's one more option, average vertex. If you average it out, it will basically average the distance from all these vertices. That option is there, but that is something we can do with the help of edge. This thing, edit edge flow. You can do it with this very easily. So yeah, that vertex constraint is not there. This vertex and face constraint is not there. Yeah, I'll try to figure out, like maybe because that's why I don't remember it. So I'll just check it if it's there. I'll cross check it. I'll cross check it if it's there. So I'll definitely explain that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Hard. One
How
thing
to
more.
use a shell modifier?
Okay, you want to shell something? Let's create a cylinder. Also, select vertex, this one and this one. Then go to two faces, face, and select all the face. Delete. Now it's a clean system. Okay. So you want to suppose you want to shell this thing. So there are multiple options. Uh, there
Okay.
is there are multiple options. There is no, there is no shell modifier as such, but uh, there is one option there. There is one option because they changed all these things, like switched all the options, like from one. Maya actually previously all the menus were different. Now they have like consolidated all multiple menus together, and they removed and moved things here and there. So there is an option where you can create a shell. Just give me a second. I just so there's one more way, very quick way is there. I just want to check that option. Like, where is it? I really can't find it. Okay. Like suppose you want to shell it. The easiest way is select the model and then extrude. This will give you this and add thickness. That's done. So based on like suppose you want to do this, select the model, shift, right click, extrude, and you have this thickness, right? So this thickness you can manually increase, decrease. Like suppose you have any specific thickness, zero point 0.1, 0.2, zero point 0.3, you can use with this also. A number of division if you want to change. Sorry, my bad. Division. You can increase like this. Like this you can modify basically. This is the like this is basically we use this thing most of the time. Reason it's very handy and fast. But there is a shell option where you can define the thickness, like any model which is one-sided. There is an option tool is there, a specific tool that basically creates a shell. They moved it somewhere. I cannot find it. There is a specific option where like thickness, that option was there. Similar option is there. You just click it, it will create a thickness, and then you can define the thickness. Um, So usually we use this only, like just simply right click and add thickness. Like that's like easiest way to do it. Very fast and effective. Like so it is quite fast, right? Select model, like select model, extrude. I can, if I want, I can manually scale it up or down, and I'm done. So it makes like your work process really fast. So this is what we use 99% of the time. Like suppose that there's that tool is there. Like we use it when like suppose you have like a lot of assets and you don't know where you missed it. That time we use it. I'll check that. I'll definitely. Just give me a second. I'll just,
So what about bend and FFT? Like that day you showed FFT, I forgot.
bend FFD is there. One second. Just note. Taking note. Just taking note of this. I will forget. One second. Shell. And one more thing you asked, right? That slide
Edge
constraint.
constraint, yes. Edge constraint, yes.
Uh, okay. Okay. So that's I just took a note. So I'll just check this. Huh. And bend and FFD was right.
Yes, sir.
So that is so like we can do it very easily. So let's okay. So let's delete it. Create a cylinder and cap. I can switch on, switch off. Let's radius is fine. Height, sorry, height is also fine. Height I can add because for bend you need horizontal lines, right? Otherwise you won't be able to bend it. So I just added few horizontal lines. That's it. So now you want to like use FFD or bend, right? So the other day we created that this thing, that hut and those panels with the help of FFD, right? So you can go to deformer. You can see you have non-linear deformers where you have this bend. You click on this, then yes, curvature. You can see, you can modify this, you can change the angle. These two are basically showing in which direction it's modifying. And suppose you want to bend it in another direction, just select this E, J, snap, and then go to bend to change the bend direction also, like this. Very easy. You just have to rotate the guide. That's it. You automatically modify everything. This is like how you use bend. But for FFD, so undo this. Undo. To remove this bend modifier, go to custom, delete history. Delete history. Object mode, select delete history. So like bend is clear, right? It's just a bend modifier, non-linear
Yes.
bend. Then if you want to modify something like FFD, so FFD is basically lattice. So you just have to click here. So FFD is basically this one. Control A. Now you have all these FFD divisions and right click lattice point. Whatever you want to do with this, right? It's totally up to you what you want to do at this point, and it works beautifully. And this is like very powerful tool. You can create things really quickly and modify it very easily. You can modify this thing very easily and create whatever you want to create, and modify number of this FFD points. You can change from here very easily. So this is FFD and bend. Like same thing, we like we're going to use lattice a lot of time, because like for the leaves and all, we're going to definitely use. So if you remember, when in Maya, sorry, in Max, when you apply FFD, there is something option named lattice point. It says, so it's basically that lattice point. That thing is straightforward. There's no FFD option, FFD and all. It's just lattice point. You can use it and modify everything very easily and create this very easily. And whenever you're done with this, select it, history, read the history, and modify this one quickly. And anything else?
Sir, I wanted to know how to add a base material. Like there are a lot of objects, and I'm getting confused. Like how to differentiate
Oh,
one object from other.
okay. Like how to apply base? Like whenever you create anything in Maya, by default, everything is assigned with Lambert one material, and like one material is applied. How to check that? Select it, Control A, and you can see the last tab is Lambert 1. If I unhide everything, sorry, if I unhide everything, display, show all, and delete this. So I have this thing, entire thing. So if I select anything, you can see there's a history. Give me a second, delete history. Lambert 1, history, Lambert 1, history, Lambert 1. So anything you create in Maya, by default, it is assigned with a Lambert 1. Without material Maya, it doesn't work. If you delete the material, this Lambert 1 you cannot delete. It's a default material. But you have, suppose you have a specific some custom material, something you apply, and then you deleted it, the entire thing will look green. If this entire asset looks green, that means material is missing. So by default, it will look gray and assigned with material 1. Now, suppose you have multiple assets and you are getting confused about it, and you want to apply multiple materials for your own convenience, right? So that is something you can do it very easily. So select the material, select the asset, right click on the asset, assign new material, or assign favorite material, assign existing material. New material is basically whenever you create, it will create a material, it create a new material and assign it. It will be Lambert only. Sorry, it will ask you what you want to create, what material. Maya have Blinn, Lambert, Fong. These are like basic default Maya materials. Suppose you want to apply Arnold material. Click on Arnold, it will showcase you Arnold material. So Maya material, you can select and assign any of them, Blinn, Lambert, Fong. Select any of them, instantly it will change. And make sure this option is deactivated, because this says use default material. Like for by default, it will in viewport, it will showcase only and only default material. And the reason is because Maya usually used for production, so models are really high poly and high quality textures. So it takes a lot of memory to view in viewport to GPU to show that. So a lot of time they switch on this to optimize the work, because if there is no texture is visible, there is no color is visible, so it will automatically optimize the performance. So a lot of time this thing will be activated and you use it in industry. Just switch it off. You can see instantly it becomes this little bit shiny. Blinn is a bit shiny. Pong is a little bit shinier than Blinn, and Lambert is completely matte. So three different material we usually use, and those are like standard materials. Select this. Now you can see Blinn. If you want, you can name it as cream, or maybe matte underscore cream, right? You can name it nicely. And once you create this material, you have this all these attributes where you can modify the material. And Maya materials are really powerful. You can like production level this thing, they create all kind, it can create all kind of things. So what we'll do here is, let's see, like for this trunk, I want a brown color. Click on this color swatch, change, or if you have like say HSD from Photoshop or somewhere, you can just copy paste it here, it will work. Done. You need to click anything, just change it, so done. Now suppose you have this base, this is also Lambert one, you want to create another material, right click, new material. This ground, usually they're matte. If I want to create, I want to create a new Lambert. This is my ground and it's Lambert. But suppose I want to switch from Lambert to Blinn, I can do it. I always I can select and change it. And let's make it bit green. It's way too shiny, way too like bright. So I change it to Blinn. Suppose I want to change the ground from Lambert to Blinn, I can do that without losing any color or anything. It will change the material automatically. You can create multiple materials like this and modify everything very easily. Like this house, Lambert, new material, Blinn. It was like slightly towards the sky blue, like some paint, right? So you can create this. I'll just make it a little bit shiny, or maybe scroll down, Lambert. Like this, I can
How to
change
copy material like from
how
a
to
different
copy.
object.
Yes, yes. For that, like this is like a viewport. I'm talking about only viewport right now. But if you want to modify things, copy paste material, or change anything, do anything, you have to click on this option. It's called Hypershade, or go to Windows, General Editor. This is my Hypershade. Here. They change all the options. Um, it should be here only. Oh, now they put moved it to rendering editor Hypershade, or simply click this orb. You can see this is here. If you open a window, this So this is basically material editor. Hypershade is basically material editor of Mac. And now you can see Mac's node editor kind of looks like this. They basically picked it from Maya only. Like previously Max was like that simple basic flat this thing. Now they picked this thing because it's a node editor. Node based modifier can connect everything. You can see now you have Max 3, your Lambert 1 default material, Lambert 3. Lambert 3 is your HUT, so you can name it here also. HUT and Lambert this green is basically ground. Okay, D. The only thing is, like, if you change the material, like this thing, shaded from here, it will remove the name. So you have to make sure rename it properly. So now you have all the names, so all colors. So suppose you want to copy any material. Suppose you want to copy this brown material to those tiles, right? Those plants or tiles or somewhere. What you have to do, either like if you are using same texture, like same texture, same material, what you can do, reduce this hypershade, keep it here, select this, whatever you want, wherever you want to apply it, select those things, right click on your material and assign to selection. Like this, you can directly assign. So there is no duplication, there is no extra material, there is nothing. But what if you want, suppose you have modified something here and you want to have the same properties, but you want a different material, right? Like property should be same, but a different material. That is kind of possible. In that case, what I'll do is select this. You can see under edit, you have option of for duplicate. You can use this also duplicate or select this, control C, huh, huh, control V. You can see it will show you this material. Right click graph network will show you pasted material. Now you have, whenever you copy paste anything, it will come, the prefix will be pasted. So prefix and suffix, those things will be pasted. So select this, and now I want to change, make it a little brighter. Select these two, right click, assign. Exact same property, just change the color, and now I added it here. Select it, and I can rename it with whatever I want, size or anything. So like this, you can copy paste your material. Just Control C, Control V. That's it. You can copy paste the entire model also from one file to another file. Copy this model, open a new Maya, and paste it. It will work perfectly. So like this, I can modify and create this thing. This thing. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, then like one more thing I was like about to show you is, like, suppose you have this kind of like shapes and you have some design or some maybe some vine or ivy or something which is repeating one like continuously, or some pipe. Suppose you have a pipe or something. So let's create a pipe. I'll show you how to. For this, first I have to create. Suppose you have a pipe here, like in between joints repeating, and then you have a chimney. Let's create a cylinder. It can be anywhere. It can be anywhere, any direction. Doesn't matter. Like previously, I showed you how to extrude with the face and create this thing. Now I'm going to show you how to use this spline, and there is an option called Mesh. It's a new tool in Maya. I guess 2020 or 19 they introduced it, where I can create a complex geometry and repeat it. Use so let's see this thing, and okay, let's use some shape, shape double click. I can, like, if I want, I can extrude like this also, but I don't want it. I want to extrude nicely, like straight line. Suppose this is what I want. I want to repeat this thing. So only thing I need to keep in mind is it's rotated towards x axis. So it's z. Sorry, my bad. Hmm? That's the only thing we have to keep in mind. X axis is rotated. Then I'll go to my hide this my like left side view and create the spline I want to want. So EP tool, okay. So I have created this and place it wherever I want to place, and if I want to modify this, let's modify this thing. I should have kept like one more point here, so it will be like this clean. So now it has created. Let's see, maybe slightly bend as it's bit stylized. So I have created this shape and I want this shape should repeat multiple times and to create this. So what I'll do, select my model, then select my curve, go to mesh and select on create mesh network procedurally, scatter and animate instances. Click on this, it will vanish. Just give me a second to A. So distribute. Under distribute, let's hide the let's hide this house edge. Let's click curve. Yeah. So select this mesh distribute number of distribution. So if you can see, it's basically creating the number of distribution I want. 10. Distance I can increase or decrease. Direction I can increase or decrease. Uh, I guess I did a mistake. It should be in Z direction. Okay. Just give me a second. It has been quite some time. I forgot. I sorry. Okay. So this stuff all is not there. Display all action. It's here. It's already there. So 90 0 voltage. Select this. Go to mash. Click a mash. Now it's fine. Create a mash and now you can see it keeps this thing. Mash distribution distance. I can make it like 1 or maybe you can fix. You can see it's, I can delete all this and create a clean shape. 4, maybe 5, 6, 4, 5. Okay, that's very see later. So I can do this, then go to match, and there's the option for curve. Add curve node and select your curve not connected. Hmm, why it's not connected? Correct. What am I missing? I forgot this. Okay, it's been quite long as used. Hmm, curve only, no? Correct. I forgot. It should be like I create this curve. It connects directly. I missed something. I totally forgot. I missed something. So I'll check this. I like if I don't remember like how to possibly. This is what happens. Like if you stop using a software, like you start forgetting those tools and options. So I added shape, curve, and match. I forgot this. Let's check it. You can drag drop definitely, but it doesn't work nice, you know. Like it should not be this much manual effort.